Well, welcome to Hamilton County Newsmakers. I'm Perry Williams, and this time of year is always a fun time for me because I enjoy speaking with these two young ladies, Jennifer and Robin. Welcome. They're from the Atlanta. They're from the Atlanta Earth Festival, and if you've never been to the Atlanta Earth Festival, you should go. September 23rd and 24th. We were talking before we went on the air, and Jennifer was talking about that very first Earth Festival up there. There was, what, 7 exhibitors?
There was probably 6 to 8 people on Main Street there.
Okay, now kind of let's forward really quick here. How many you think we're going to have, or do we? Just give me a ballpark because I know that you're not completely done yet. Okay, so how many you think you have so far this year?
500-600.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you can see how that has grown in such a short time.
Mm-hmm.
Just seems like yesterday, right, Jennifer?
Mm-hmm.
Well, let's talk a little bit about it. No kidding aside, it's September 23rd and 24th, and it's in Atlanta, Indiana, and it starts on Saturday at 9 a.m. and goes through 6 p.m. and then Sunday 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. And I assure you people, I've been there for the last 5 years. And Jim, how many years have you set up there at the Earth Festival?
Only one other time besides those.
But what, we've been up there 2 or 3 years.
Yes,
This will
what is that?
I think this will be your 5th year.
be 5th year. How time flies when you're having a good time.
We were
But
there once
Yeah.
at the sign shop and then
Mm-hmm.
the last few years.
But it's a great time up there. Let's talk a little bit about some of the activities, what we're kicking off on Saturday, and some of the sites that people will see.
Go ahead.
Okay, well, we have vendors along our Main Street area, and Main Street is reserved for all handmade items. So we have some really cool things coming in this year. We've got vendors that have natural soap, jewelry, stained glass items, metal artwork, log furniture, oil paintings, seasonal decor, honey products, wood decor, and also vintage items. Vintage things are really a big thing this year. So so Main Street is reserved for just the handmade items, like I said, and so you can always find something a little bit different on Main Street.
And the sponsor for Main Street?
Is Mr. Muffin's Trains. He is actually a new business there in Atlanta. And we've really enjoyed having him there. He's helped Atlanta on the weekends. You see a lot of people coming up, visiting his store. So they're really some nice people and have really added to the festival. So.
And it's really great to have local business that moves in your area and is very, very helpful to you. And I understand. I'll be the first to admit I have not been in Mr. Muffin's Trains shop, but I've heard from many people this is
really awesome.
Check it out.
Yeah.
it's a have to see
It is.
Yes.
building
Really is.
in Atlanta. Possibly this week it'll be a little busy, so you may not get the full effect. And that way you can come back anytime to Atlanta,
Right.
Indiana to see Mr. Muffin's Train. So let's talk a little bit about what Broadway Street, some of the other streets, and some of the things that'll be there.
Well, Broadway Street, you'll find antiques and collectibles, some primitive and seasonal things. There's lots of things for pets, more jewelry. We have several boutique clothing vendors this year, so that seems to be something
Big
that's really
item, yeah.
popular. We've got several of those in different locations.
It seems like
throughout town.
that trend of little boutique type shops are popping up everywhere. I know, and even in Noblesville, I saw that they were going to have a ribbon cutting of a new boutique that is one. I can't remember which one of the communities that they already have a couple stores in. So they're branching out another business here in Noblesville. So those kind of things that that are great. And the one thing about those type of businesses that we're talking about here, many times it kind of puts people over the hump of saying, maybe we want a standalone store somewhere, okay? And I know that's one of the things that you would love to see happen in Atlanta, that normally, what's the estimated crowd, you think?
They
will probably
estimate,
be?
yeah, they estimate between 80,000 and 100,000 people, so.
So there's a lot of
Huge
people that
amount,
come
yeah.
to Atlanta, and I'm sure that you would love to see that spread out all year long
Right.
with different people. I don't think you want to go through 80 or 100,000 every week, but,
Every other week.
yeah. But let's talk a little bit about some of the other streets and some of the other things that are going on.
We do have Dolly's Park, and we do have vendors along there. We have organic items. We have a fudge vendor that's been there for years that people do come to see him. We have our other vendors like Cincy and Avon and Pampered Chef and 31 and LuLaRoe. So you find a little bit of everything in our town that weekend. We do go around to other festivals and hand out cards inviting vendors to come to because we want our vendors to be quality vendors.
Absolutely.
So that's what we're after, and so we'd love to invite anybody that does any kind of handmade arts or sells things to be a part of this, because we'd love to have them.
And we do have on Broadway, we will have farmers market
Yes.
with Gatewoods.
Gatewoods,
Gatewoods, yes.
Bruce Gatewood.
Yes,
Yes.
yes, they've come for the past several years.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
at first they weren't sure that they wanted to come, and then the first year they came, they were like, we love it. They couldn't get over the crowds and what they had sold, and so now they've been wanting to come back every year. So
In
we
fact, I
welcome them.
believe that last year was one of their biggest
Mm-hmm.
Earth Festival vendor time up there, because I know they had to run
Right.
back and forth a couple times
Yeah.
to get more produce. And those are the kind of things that you love to hear from your vendors.
Right. Yes.
What about, you have many of these vendors that come back year after year. What would you
Yes.
say? Do you know who some of your oldest vendors are that have been there, been that staunch person that comes every year?
Yeah, well, I mean,
You have a lot of
Yeah,
local
we
people
do,
set up,
we
but I
do.
mean, people that run this type of circuit,
Mm-hmm.
of festivals and stuff. There's some top-notch people.
there
that
really
come
are.
in
We
there.
actually give our vendors, we mail out our applications in February, and so the vendors that were there the year before have an opportunity to come back and have that same spot. So we do get the repeat vendors that have been there for years, so, and they will tell you the Atlanta New Earth Festival is a wonderful place to be, so.
Yeah. And I think, to be quite honest, to put that many people in a small community like yours, and how you as a group up there, along with the sheriff's department and those things, and different people, private people that volunteer to help, do a very good job of traffic and getting the people in and out, and the parking and all that. So I think you guys do a wonderful job on that part.
We credit the Hamilton County
Yes,
Sheriff's
yes.
Department with the.
They
Yeah,
are.
and they're a good
Very-
group,
Yes,
yeah.
they are. They're excellent. We appreciate them.
Now, what are some of, is there any public safety or health awareness stuff you want to talk about, or any?
We do have a public safety health awareness area, which is, this year has been sponsored by Commissioner Christine Altman. So we do appreciate her stepping up and wanting to be a part of this. And that area will have, like the Hamilton County Sheriff's Department, we will have the Hamilton County fire trailer which will be manned by the Cicero Township cadets. So we're getting these young
wonderful.
guys
Yeah,
involved,
yeah.
yeah. So we do appreciate that. And then also we have like the DNR, we have Jim Barber. He is actually an Atlanta resident that is president of the Atlanta Conservation Club.
Okay.
And so he will be there talking about gun safety and things like that. And we have just several people in that area. So, it's full, so you need to come down and see who we have there.
Well, it's kind of interesting you mentioned Commissioner Altman because, she basically, even though all three of those work at large, she's a Carmel person and probably doesn't get up that way, but through the reputation and how well you guys run the organization up there, they want to be a part of it. I mean, because I don't know whether Commissioner Harebrant's part of this year or not.
He is always.
Yeah, that's kind of what I thought.
He's a good friend.
I had to confirm.
We're very humbled by
Yes, yes.
them wanting to be involved, and we really appreciate it. And
Well, I think Mark Harebrant and I are very close friends, and I will have to say, the first year when he was your sponsor, he was very humbled by how you guys went all out in getting his name all over. Because
appreciate
he
that,
was
yeah.
kidding me. He says that his wife pulled up there to meet him, and she goes, "What is this with all your pictures everywhere, Mark? You're a celebrity."
He is. He
Yeah.
is.
Yeah, he's a
He-
wonderful
yes,
person
he
and
really
and
cares.
really cares about Hamilton County and about every community.
He does. He really does. And did we mention that he's sponsoring our app this year?
Yes, he is.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Really? That's great. Let's talk a little bit about that app. Can you tell me a little bit about that? Who's the expert on that?
Well, it's Jennifer.
Oh, yeah.
That's really nice.
I just drove her here.
Yeah, okay, you're kind of our chauffeur.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, actually, last year was our first
Yeah,
year
I
having
knew
the
that.
phone app, and it went over very well. And so you can actually go to the phone app and download it for free, or you can actually text the word EarthFest to 95577, and that will pull up the phone app, and we will have all the information that you need. It'll have our entertainment schedule, it'll have parking, it'll have just everything that we are doing will be plugged into this, and it'll be right there at your fingertips. So
I think that was a great success last
Yeah.
year too, wasn't it, that app? And let's face it, everyone communicates that
Yes.
way
Right.
today. I mean,
Yes.
we can't do, it seems like without our social media today, because it's just a big part of us.
Right.
Well, let's talk a little bit about, I know you always have great entertainment because Jim and I are blessed that Hamilton County TV gets that prime spot. We
Yes.
feel like we're in a penthouse, that prime spot that we have up there at the Earth Festival near the stage. So let's talk a little bit about, because you always have some fantastic entertainment and also a wide variety for everybody.
This
Right.
year, we are pleased to be sponsored again by Guardian Towing, which is a company in Atlanta. They're sponsoring the stage. On Saturday, September 23rd, we'll have Washed White, Jeremy Morris. He's local.
Oh, yeah, and he's
popular
fantastic.
with his
We know him
bluegrass.
very well.
We're so pleased to have the Flying Toasters back. Secondhand Smoke.
the fun.
And No Name Blues. That's a new band. Some of their members have played in other bands that have been at the festival, and that's our Saturday schedule, which the times will be posted on the app and on our Facebook too. On Sunday, we are so excited to have the Singing Contractors for the Sunday morning praise and worship. Have you
Really?
heard of them? You have to look them
I'm
up.
sorry.
Yeah.
They are they are incredible. Sing Love will be there also from, I believe, Northview.
Yes, they've
And-
been there for the last 4 years, so they're really good.
And then Open Road Band and Through Being Cool will be there again. They've come every year. The last two bands have.
Yeah, and and that's a great lineup, both Saturday and Sunday. And it's some great regional bands. I mean, the Flying Toasters, most
They're so
everyone,
fun.
Yes.
everybody, and they energize the crowd.
They do.
And of course, Jeremy Morris, I mean, he's known just about everywhere. I mean, I remember the one year when we were broadcasting up there, he had just came back from a concert in southern Indiana, I think Bean Blossom or something. He was in, because they had a big national bluegrass concert down there, and he drove up that morning to play. So, you have some great entertainment.
And it's all free.
Yeah,
The stage
that's
entertainment is free,
yeah.
so.
Everybody
it's nice.
loves free, that?
Yeah, they do.
Everybody loves free, and really, to be quite honest, with the times that we have right now, with the costs of different things. It's tough for a family to meet in sometimes. So.
Well, at the stage area, we do have chairs set up for
Yeah.
everybody, and we have a nice hospitality tent. If it's hot that day or whatever, you can kind of go in there and sit and cool off. But we try to make it nice for the people as they sit in there listening. So.
And I will have to say that these two ladies take very good care of Jim and I, and we appreciate that.
We like
up
to
there.
try and feed you guys.
Yeah, they do. That's the one way you can get to Jim and I is feed us. So, so what else we got? Anything else that we didn't cover here, or that do we have a blood drive or something?
Well, we do, and
Yes.
we've.
We have a fun zone
Yeah,
too.
we have a fun zone for the kids. We don't want to forget that. And our fun zone this year is sponsored by Bill Clifford for Hamilton County Sheriff. So, and he's actually going to have a huge truck up there, and that the kids can kind of climb on or whatever.
Oh,
sit in.
okay,
Yeah,
cool.
so
Pictures.
yeah, take pictures, whatnot. So he is doing that. But we have bounce houses and sweet treats and balloon guy. So lots of fun for the kids. Don't want to leave them out. And then also one of our sponsors, Republic, is actually going to bring a trash truck up for the kids
Okay.
to climb in and take pictures on. So
Alright.
yeah, so that's another thing. Also, we do have another hospitality tent which is located on our Broadway Street.
Okay.
That way, it's kind of just in the middle of the festival. As people are walking through, they can kind of go there and take a rest. So don't want to forget that.
And the Bloodmobile will be
Yes.
there it'll be near the stage area.
Yes, it will be
on Saturday.
Yes, on Saturday. They actually called us and they sent a lot of their blood down to Texas for
Oh,
hurricane
okay.
victims
So
there.
they
So
need
they're
that
kind
to
of wanting to
replen-
replenish. It won't be there all day because they have to get the blood back.
Back,
But
absolutely.
yeah, so we're looking at probably 3 to 4 hours on Saturday. So if anybody wants to come out and get blood, that would be.
Well, one area we didn't cover is what do we got to eat? What are some of the food vendors?
Well, there are 16 food vendors on Main Street, and then the rest of them spread out on private property all over town. We know for a fact there will be, barbecue, the walleye fish, Greek, ice cream, sirloin tips. New one on Main Street is pumpkin rolls.
Ooh.
Kettle corn, pizza, pretzels.
My favorite, what about the steak sandwiches? That's my favorite.
Yes.
I always want to get mine.
Yes,
They will be there. They will be there.
Yes.
Well, that's a good thing.
We could use a bubble tea vendor if anybody out there is a bubble tea vendor. My kids would appreciate that.
Kids love the bubble tea.
They love the bubble tea, and unfortunately, she couldn't come back this year.
Oh,
So,
that's too bad.
We have-
That's too bad.
did we talk about since we're talking about food, the food drive?
We have not.
No,
We are
we-
partnering with Nancy Chance, Good Samaritan Network again, and we will be collecting can donations at all the major parking areas, the public health and safety area, and the stage area.
Yeah, because I think sometimes people forget a little plug for Good Samaritan and Nancy Chance, who
She's
does
great.
a
She's
great
She does.
job in what
Yes.
she does and is basically dedicated her entire life. Sort of like Jennifer has to the Earth Festival, you know?
Exactly.
But anyways, she does a great job, and if you have any perishable cans or anything that you could bring out, that would be wonderful, because even though we do live in a very nice county, and we are very, very fortunate, we still do have people that have needs, okay? Not all the time, but it doesn't take any more in middle-income people for them to miss 1 or 2 paychecks,
Right.
or a downturn
That's right.
that people are in big trouble. So, Nancy Chance does a great job reaching out to those people, and most everybody knows who she is, and I promise you she's going to take care of people in need for a short period of time. Well, let's go over this one more time. September 23rd and 24th, the Atlanta New Earth Festival, and it's in Atlanta, Indiana. Saturday, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. Sunday, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. And the best numbers is 765-2 292-2626.
Yep.
So if you have any questions, these two ladies can answer it. Any question. Can we still get in if we hear the show? Can we get worked in that we possibly could set up a booth there, or we got kind of closed?
No, we've actually got, people are still calling. People at the last minute try to get in. So we've kind of got like an overflow block that we're doing. So yeah, there's still time to get in. So
You don't miss
There's
anything, right? Any other sponsors you want
Yes,
to make
do you
sure?
mind if we- do you mind if we
Absolutely,
say-
go for
go
it.
ahead, Robin. You want to do some of the
Okay, I'll start. I think some of these we've already mentioned. Hamilton County Commissioners Christine Altman and Mark Hairbrandt, Hamilton County Tourism, Guardian Towing, Mr. Muffin's Trains, Rowdy Bush Equipment, Bill Clifford for Hamilton County Sheriff, IU Health, Fluid Waste, and Atlanta Town Attorney Manny Hersig. You want me to keep going?
Keep going, then I'll do these. That's fine. You go ahead. Do the and
This
then I'll
one?
do- Sure.
Jason Slaughterbeck, Hamilton County Chiropractic, Anchor Health Chiropractic, Nickel Plate Arts, Leaf Filter North, Unique Home Solutions, Wealth Resorts, B Window, Clear Choice Restoration, Smart Coat Painting, Green Valley Church of Christ, Universal Windows Direct, Renewal by Anderson, Hills of Brown Vacation Rentals, Gutter Shutter, F.E. Moran Security Solutions, Endeavor Communications, Triad Associates, Tipton Napa Fluid Waste Services, Best Way Disposal, Republic Services, and Dan Young GM in Tipton.
Then we've got Sissy Snaps, Pizza Shack Concessions, J&L Concessions, Fish Fryers, Uncle Zorba's, Greek Foods, Brin's Tropical Treats, Chocolate Moonshine, Daniel's Creek Farm, Basin Honeybee Farm, Ardent Fudgery, Mike's Outdoor Furniture, Hyde and Carey, Gateway Vegetable Farm, Duncan's Kettle Corn, Karma Kitchen, Audrey's Pumpkin Rolls, Tipton Subway, Chapman Electric, Geyser Comfort Solutions, Suburban Lanes, First Merchants Bank Cicero, LuLaRoe, let's see, Elwood Fire Equipment, Corral Plumbing, Ace Hardware, Erica's Place, Hughes Insurance Group, and Riverview Hospital. So see, there's a lot of sponsors. Everybody wants to get a part of it.
And we appreciate
Yes,
every single one of them.
And absolutely, and if listen to you read through those, there are a lot of sponsors that are outside Hamilton County
Right.
and northern Hamilton County. So, the word is getting out.
Yes,
I mean,
it
this
does.
this is an event for Hamilton
It
County.
is.
It certainly is, and we appreciate what you both do. I mean, you've been doing it. To be so young, you've been doing it for
We
a
started
long
when
time.
we were 5.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. But we appreciate it. Appreciate you taking time to come here today and talk about this. And we'll see you the 24th, is it?
We're looking
23rd.
forward to
23rd.
it.
We'll be
Yes.
there.
Yep.
Well, thank you. And this is Perry Williams with Hamilton County Newsmakers.